In this video, I'll be taking you through a project I got to build on Langflow. So it's an AI meeting summarizer and also an action tracker bot, which basically helps teams turn messy meeting notes into clear, summarized, and tax lists, all powered by Langflow. The problem this particular project solves, um, you can agree with me that meetings frequently happen, right? And most times they are poorly documented. Then action items could get lost, important details could slip through. So this particular bot helps letting teams, right, paste in their meeting notes or their transcripts, and it returns a concise summary, a structured list of action items, and who is responsible and when. And lastly, this bot actually sends this data or this information down to Slack for every team member to see. Let me take you through the project on Langflow. Okay, so what we have here is just a project open up on here on Langflow, right? And we currently have some components which we'll be going through. Before that, let me just show you this particular project in action. So let's quickly pull up the playground, and we can start up a new chat, and we can just say, okay, so help me summarize this meeting notes, and also send to Slack channel stand up dash X. So we have a channel called stand up dash X. Let's spell this correctly. Stand up dash X. Then we can paste in our meeting notes. So this is just a meeting note which we're gonna using for this demo, right? And so we're asking our agent here to say, okay, summarize this meeting notes, take out the action item, and also send it down to Slack. So let's just click on send. Okay, so we can take a look here and see the meeting summary action has been successfully sent to the Slack channel stand up X. So let's quickly pull up the window where we have our Slack channel, right? And we can take a look here and see this is a Slack channel which was created for this demo. And as you can see here, the meeting has been sent, and this just came in just now, right? So there's a summary of everything that's supposed to be done. Then there's also an action item, right? And this was all handled from our agent straight up from Langflow. So I'll just be taking you the through the component of how we achieved this. So first off, we needed the chat input, right, which takes in the particular meeting's transcript in our case. Then secondly, we had to use the Composio tool, right? So the Composio tool basically gives us access to different tools, and we made use of the Slack tool, right? We have access to other tools here, but for this demo, we went with the Slack tool, and we also got an API key for Composio on the Composio developer console. We also choose an action, which is to send a message. So once this tool is set up, we are almost there, right? So quickly, we had to set up our prompts. This is basically guiding our LLM on how it's supposed to act, right? Or how it's supposed to act. So you're saying this is we're basically telling our LLM it's an assistant, right, that prepares professional Slack summaries for team, right? For team meetings. Then giving a meeting transcript, it returns a summarized section formatted with bullet points. We say it has to come with um, Slack Markdown formatting, as you can see on Slack, right? As you can see on Slack, it has formatting, right? So let me quickly show you this again. It has the clean formatting with bullet points, and we also have the heading with our dates. Um, and we are also setting up a variable here, right? Then return only the Slack ready messages, no extra explanations. Yeah, so this prompt is just guiding our agents on how it's gonna like spit out, or should I say, how it's gonna spit out the output for us. So once we are done with that, so once we had that, we quickly had to get our agent. So for our agents, we quickly went with OpenAI as our model provider. Then we went with a model named GPT 40. We also had to get our API key from the OpenAI console. Then we also have our agent instruction, which is just set to the prompt, which we already looked at. Then we are using a tool, remember, right? Composio tool, which is having access to Slack, so that we'll be able to send our agent will be able to send messages to Slack. Then we also have our input, which is just the input of our transcripts. Then lastly, we have our output, which is just an output of what we got to see here, right? Here in our playground. So if you take a look at this real quick, the whole process of what happened. So we paste in so as you can see here, we paste in the meeting notes, and this was executed, right? So basically sending it to the stand up X channel. Then we have the text, then we have how it's gonna be sent down to Slack. Yeah. So that was how we actually achieved this particular project here on Langflow. And you saw how we had to do this. We didn't have to write any code. This was all handled and powered by Langflow. Okay, so one interesting thing about Langflow, right, is we didn't have to write any code, right? We quickly had to go from idea to building out this chatbot, right, which works directly. We can interact with, for example, Slack, right? We didn't have to write any code. In as much as each of these components, there's a code happening behind the scene, right? If you write Python, you could get to work with the code and stuff like that. But we didn't even have to touch any code, but we could quickly build this out from idea to execution, right? All powered by Langflow. So this is the end of this particular video. I guess drop other videos on Langflow in the coming days and the coming weeks, and I'll see you in the next one.